The tongue lashes out, and you feel this thing slam into your chest. It's a big tongue, and it hits you with force, and it glorps onto you like a frog's tongue would. And you find yourself immediately propelled forward as it yanks you directly into its mouth.
No.
And the mouth closes around you.
Uh-oh.
And you can all roll initiative now.
No.
To a swamp zone.
Swamp zone, swamp zone.
Ew.
Swamp zone.
Oh,
Swamp
gross.
zone.
Gross. Bad.
Really don't like
So I'll
swamp.
say.
Hate swamp.
You guys can put yourselves wherever you were sleeping. Lilly goes there. You can decide.
I was sleeping over here. No.
Were you?
I know. Why would he do that?
That'd be weird.
I'm fairly confident I'm right here.
Yes, that's right. That's correct.
That works.
You're right there.
Token.
What'd you say?
Where's my token?
It's right there.
You're right behind Lily. Zoom
Yeah.
up.
Ah,
Do you see it moving?
yeah, I see it now. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
We're not gonna be
All
sleeping
right.
in the same space. Okay.
I like the swamp scenario, FYI. This is
Oh,
all
good.
very good.
I'm glad. Okay. Oh, wait. So you all rolled initiative, but I didn't have the tracker out because I... Oh, good. It still
Whoa.
got you.
Wait, can
Cool,
I
cool,
re-roll then?
No, you can't.
Why not? Dude, I rolled a 1.
Hey, so did the frog.
You have to do some. You have to do something to make up for Murgwalker.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you couldn't guess, the frog was sneaking up and actually did roll a nat 1 on its stealth check, and
Wow.
fell back into the water as it was trying to get out. So at least
Sounds
you
good
guys
to me.
weren't caught off guard, you know?
Yeah.
Because it was entirely possible for, someone to be eaten without anyone noticing. So
Oh boy.
if the rolls worked out that way, that could have happened. And here comes this man. Well, plus.
Would one of us just have honestly died?
You'll find out how that one works. Sorry. Excuse me, pardon me. Okay. Lena, you come to your senses, and I think how it works is Nephmir was somewhere around you, and you wake up to this big splash sound, and then suddenly you just watch in the darkness as Nephmir hurtles by you and snaps in that direction.
Oh Jesus.
And you are laying in your nice bedroll. What do you do?
Standing up is movement or action?
Standing up is movement, 15 feet.
Okay. I'm going to
Yes. I'm glad that you're going to.
I'm going to
Mhm. It's gonna lose your turn at this rate.
You can go 2?
Go to what?
I'm going to
Oh, I see.
cast. I'm gonna get up and I'm going to cast blue
Magic missile.
bolt. I'm gonna cast blue bolt on that frog.
Okay, hit it. Hit the frog.
Is
That hits the frog. Wow.
And I'm going. It hits the frog. I'm gonna
Hits the
cast it
frog.
at level 3.
Hey, you have to decide that first.
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah,
You
I
do
did.
have to decide that first.
That's
You
fine.
can't wait until it hits and be like, oh, that's a big
I-
one.
Well, roll 20 only makes you decide once you roll the damage, so that's the order I was thinking in.
I
But,
see.
yeah, I intended
Okay.
to be a little spell.
All right, sure. You're rescuing your friend. It's fine. Okay, you do a whole bunch of cold damage to this big frog.
That actually was not very good, was it?
Yeah.
Not in particular.
No, those rolls sucked really hard. It's okay, so I've got concentration on that thing.
Yep. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Nephmir, you are inside of a frog. And that's... You are bound inside this frog. You cannot move, but you can take an action while you're in there. I would say that your normally a ranged spell attack is at disadvantage when you're in close range, but seeing as you are enveloped in this thing, I think that you no longer have disadvantage on ranged spells.
Since it's impossible to miss when you are inside the thing.
So AC, attack rolls and things like that, it's not just whether you hit or not, but it's also like natural defenses, it's how it hits, stuff like that. It's not just whether you hit. So I'm going to remove disadvantage because it removes that element from it. You will hit the thing, but the rest of it depends on how effective is it in this situation. So it's not an instant hit, but it's going to be easier to hit than it would be.
Okay. So sorry, am I? I'm not necessarily rolling with disadvantage or anything, am I?
No. Depending on what you try to do, anyway.
Right. You know what I'm gonna do? So I just swap this out. I am going to, like, can I position my hands like reasonably? Can I like move my hands around a little bit from where I'm at, or am I just
Yes.
like they're up?
Yes. You are stuck inside a frog, but your arms are not bound to your sides or anything.
Okay, well, I am going to stick my hand down its gullet and poison spray right down in there. So here we go.
Nice.
So this is one of those neat situations where that's it's a Constitution save. So yeah, it'll have to take the save. Let's see. And it does not make it. Very cool. So it takes 8 poison damage inside of its gullet. You, from the outside, you watch as this frog seems to gag slightly. You watch as its big frog, I don't know the technical term, the part that goes out when it croaks, that kind of like undulates in a little bit, and its mouth opens slightly. And you know what? I'm gonna actually do that. It's bad at rolling dice. So actually, the poison that was aimed down its gullet causes it to gag, and as it gags, it actually regurgitates Nephmir out onto the ground.
Hey.
Hey.
Because it really is bad at rolling dice today. I'm going to say that your movement is just being regurgitated, though.
That's totally fair.
Yeah. Lily's up. She gets to her feet and jumps into action and gets angry at this big frog. That's an interesting one. She jumps to her feet and she moves to intercept this big frog that is currently regurgitating her friend, and she gets angry, and Thott and Lena, you see as she gets to her feet and she takes one step, and she lunges forward, and as she lunges forward, she disappears completely.
Oh my god.
And she reappears here next to the frog and thrusts her sword straight into it. And that hits just barely.
Rad.
And she swings again. That one does not hit. She seems fairly surprised herself to find herself immediately next to the frog, but her sword was pointing in the right direction and it jammed into its side. Fortunately, Nephmir was not inside of it.
Yeah.
And then she's kind of finding her footing after finding herself there, and she swings again, but it doesn't hit the way that she wants it to. And now it's the frog's turn. It regurgitates this guy, and it doesn't like that. It wants to eat the guy. So actually, it opens its big mouth and tries to bite him. And rolls a fucking nat 1 again.
Ow.
How?
Are these
How is
dice
this-
weighted?
How is this frog so bad at living? It takes a big old bite out of air, I guess, as Nephmir rolls across the ground to escape coming face to face. Like, Nephmir lands on his back as he's regurgitated out and looks up as the frog comes down for him again and rolls off to the side, and the frog bashes its face into the ground. And that's its turn.
Holy shit.
Thott, you're up.
Okay.
I
Do I
feel
have to
kinda
stand?
But
Yes, you have to
Try to-
stand up.
Okay.
Sorry, what did you say, Ben?
I feel kind of bad for this frog, but it tried to eat me, so fuck him.
It did try to eat you.
Okay.
You spend 15 feet getting up, and off you go.
Oh, I can get to it anyway.
Yeah, you can get to it.
Okay. I have arrived at the frog, and I will attack the frog.
Mm-hmm. That's
oh,
a Constitution check?
Sorry. There we go. Constitution save. That's what I needed.
Oh, okay, I see. Yes, you're fine. No whinnying.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, no!
Wow, that's
You can swing again.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah, let's do that again.
Oh,
What the
no.
hell? Okay. Yeah, I guess
You just woke up. You're groggy.
Yeah.
You're slipping and sliding your way to it, and you swing hard and you step into muck and you slide a little bit, and this is not your favored terrain. You've just woken up. It's a big frog. It's all kind of not coming together for you at the moment.
I would like to use action surge.
Okay, you can use action surge.
Okay. Oops. I accidentally made it -3.
What?
You can do
Oh,
that
I see.
in the
Yeah, I
resources
know
thing.
how to.
Okay.
Yep.
This time I'm gonna try to punch it.
You're gonna try to punch the frog. Yeah,
Yeah.
punch the frog. Yeah.
Okay.
You punched the frog.
Okay.
Roll frog damage. Okay. Oh, I mean, it makes sense that you can't push the frog very far.
Where's your little friend?
Where's your crab at? I was actually gonna ask Nephmir where his crab is at.
I have no idea where crab is.
You
so-
do a quick crab check, and you see that your crab is crawling over your shoulder right now.
Okay. As quickly as possible, try to connect to him to tell him to be careful and not get eaten by the frog.
Yep, you do so.
Okay.
And Nephmir, where's your crab? Let's do a crab check.
Crab check, everybody tell me where your
Crab
crab's
check.
at.
Oh, come on.
It's just
How are
kind
your
of
crabs?
been from like around where I was sleeping.
Okay.
It's not really doing much.
Okay. You're not directing it to attack the frog?
No, I'm really not.
Okay. All right. Nearby Lena, there is the crab named Puddle, and he's just chilling. Yeah, so you punch the frog, and you connect solidly, And this massive frog, you do manage to push him 2 feet toward the water, but his massive frog weight just sort of skids against the mud and squelches sickly. And you do get another attack with your action surge.
Oh, that refreshes my full
It
thing.
does.
Okay.
Yep.
Then I will do this. Okay.
And that one hits. You've got him where you want him, and this time you swing in, and you do manage to slash that frog.
Yeah, I've got him where I want him. 2 feet back. Exactly 2 feet back.
That's your effective range. That's where you're most effective from.
Okay.
Lena, you're up.
Okay. Well, I'm keeping concentration on this frog, so
Yes.
that blue
Roll the
bull's
damaga.
gonna go. Hold on a
Frog
second. Pick the
damage.
best way to do
Frog
it.
damage.
I'm just going back up there and clicking it again. Okay.
Frog damage.
Really? All right.
Frog damage.
Cool. I mean, it's still a lot more damage than you did the
Yeah.
first time. That's so much damage, actually.
Yeah.
22 is a lot. Yeah.
3.
23. Oh, yeah, 23. Sorry. That time, that cold magic really blasts into that frog, and you watch. It's cold-blooded. It's got to be extra uncomfortable. Would you like to do anything else?
No, I'm gonna stand between Puddles and the frog. I'm the last line of defense.
Nephmir's up. You are on the ground, covered in frog regurgitation.
I'm going to use my movement to stand up.
Okay. You have
For
15
one.
left.
Of course, now I'm at disadvantage with ranged stuffage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I guess because I'm at yeah, I'm not gonna use any leverage spears. Instead, I'm going to just I'm just gonna take a dagger swing plus green flame blade.
Okay. Sounds good.
Attachments at him.
That will hit. What is all that doing? 20 plus 2, which is dex, plus 5, which is mod. Okay, right.
Do I have this set
Yes.
up correctly?
It
Okay.
looks like it. And then there's your dagger damage, and then there's 1d8 plus your charisma. Okay. I believe that's how it works. I'll check into it later. But yeah, that's a good hit and good damage. Wait, the flame. Hold on, I'll check it now.
It can strike an adjacent
Yeah.
thing.
Trying to see what I know. So I'm familiar with it at basic level, but at level 5 it changes. The melee attack deals an extra 1d8 fire damage to the target on the hit, and the fire damage to the second increases to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So the damage you hit, let's see. The dagger is 1d4 plus 2, which is the 5, and then the 1d8. Oh, so not plus 4, just the 1d8. So plus 6 in this situation to the frog itself.
Okay.
We'll work it out later.
Right,
But in
so
any case, you did 5 plus 6, which is a good little chunk. Oh, you guys are just beating on this frog. He is looking bloodied and very damaged for a giant frog.
I don't like the frog.
You don't like the frog.
No, I didn't want it to come eat us.
Mm-hmm. Lily's up, and I bet you can guess what she'll do.
Is she gonna pee on
and
the
that
frog?
is she pisses on the frog
Wow. Such
with her
disrespect.
sword. Oh,
Oh.
she doesn't hit it though. Second. Oh no, she misses twice.
She's too grossed out by the sliminess. She
She's
doesn't actually
grossed out by the sliminess of the
Slippery
frog.
frog.
Yeah, she doesn't like it. It's too slippery. Next is the frog's turn, and He really wants to eat Nephmir.
Why?
Does a...
Bad
Because he already had it in his mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Right.
it made him throw up. When you threw up after eating mushrooms, you wouldn't touch them for years.
I'm smarter
Yeah,
than
but
Frog.
Dan can learn.
Frog
I
is
can
dumb.
learn. Does a 22 hit you,
No.
Nephmir?
Yeah, it does.
I assume so.
No.
So this time,
Yeah,
it opens
I'm
its
gonna.
mouth.
Well, I'm gonna use my reaction to impose disadvantage.
Sounds like a good plan. It was better. It was a
What?
better roll. So, yes, this time the big mouth opens and it does. This time it actually bites down on you, as opposed to before where you were just sucked inside by the tongue. It actually bites you, and you take 10 damage. It's a big frog that it bites down on you, and it hurts, and it does not relent. It lifts you off the ground and holds its head back, and you find yourself sliding into this frog once again. And this frog takes the fuck off.
No.
It starts going in this direction. Both Thott and Lilly can take swipes at it.
What
No.
the hell? Come on.
Oh, I'm waiting for Lilly to fucking swing her sword.
I've rolled.
Come on, Lilly.
I've rolled a natural 1
There it
twice.
is. Yeah. I
On
mean, so
sword
did,
strikes.
to be fair, so did the frog. So we're evening out. Both of you miss as this frog slides Nephmir down into its gullet-ish and just leaps off the ground and starts heading in this direction. And it has a movement speed of 30. So it goes 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and boop, into the water. Thank you.
Happy to help.
You.
I mean, not
Thott.
really, but you know.
Thott, you swing at this frog as it leaps away, and you whiff entirely, and you watch as it leaps into the water. The water in that area is probably about 5 feet deep or so. What would you like to do? The frog is emerged from the water. It is in the water. It is partially submerged. I'd say there's a foot to foot and a half of frog head that is emerged from the water.
Okay. So does that mean if I can get to this space, can I hit the head though?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
That part there is slightly shallower because it's leading off the ground. So I'd say probably about. If you attack the boy from there, you would probably be submerged up to your waist.
Okay. Well then I go here and I attack
Okay.
the frog.
You attack the frog. Hey, there you go. There you go. And you get something special for that too, don't you?
Yeah, but it rolled the second D8 already.
No, that's just a normal crit.
What?
Don't you get a special crit?
Yeah, savage
Yeah.
attack. I thought it calculated it automatically.
It is not doing so.
All right, well, yeah, I'll roll
So
that
you get
then.
one more D8.
There we go.
Okay. Good hit. 8 plus 8 plus 5. Oops, I opened up your sheet instead of the frog. Oh, ho ho. You drive your sword. No, I'm guessing you don't drive your sword into the frog because your bud's in there.
Yeah.
But you carve it deep, and you get another hit.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God.
Did
my
you just
God.
fucking do that? Wow.
This is not
Um,
random.
just roll the and one more d8. So tell me what happens when you leap into the water and you start carving this frog to pieces and it dies.
I'm gonna say I was trying to cut its limbs off so it couldn't run away.
Okay.
Is that possible? Or the limbs are probably not out of the water.
The limbs were not out of the water. You
Right.
had head visible.
I don't know, because he really probably wouldn't want to stab into the head because Nephmir's in there.
Yeah, well,
I guess.
you did something.
How about, I don't know, stab it in the eyeballs?
Sure.
Maybe? I don't know.
He stabbed its eyeballs so hard so many times that it dies.
I don't know.
Can I just give you a suggestion then?
Absolutely.
How about you're trying to stab at its eyes and you swing down real hard and you just cleave straight into its skull and it dies.
Okay, so there's that suggestion. Or option B is you glue some paper towels to its eyeballs.
No, that's only bears.
Only bears can, please.
Yeah, that doesn't work with frogs.
you-
Giant
shit
frogs
together.
are just water bears. They're just water bears.
No, water
So
bears
different.
are
So
microscopic.
Water,
Yeah.
yeah, those are small.
All right, so we're just gonna leave that for now because the frog dies and the whole body slumps into the water with Nephmir inside.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm going into the water now.
I think I'll take us out of initiative here. During battle, it takes a very long time to suffocate, so I wasn't gonna bring anything up. But now that we're in real time here, suffocation is a very real issue for
Uh-huh.
Nephmir.
Yes.
So, how are you gonna get him out of there?
Well, first I'm gonna have to find the mouth, I guess, and then
Yep.
if his feet are there, I will open the mouth up a little bit and then start pulling them out. If they're not, I'm gonna open the mouth and go into the frog, I guess.
I think he's very largely in there, but his feet are still sticking out of the frog's mouth at this point.
Okay. Then, yeah, I'm gonna go down there and, you know what? Actually, I think I will cut at the mouth in the corner
Okay.
to widen it, and then, pull it open and then start trying to pull him out.
Sure.
Let's
Roll
put a
an
smile
attack
on
roll.
my face.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Had
Attack
to.
roll,
All right.
please. Okay, yeah, that'll be enough. Damage isn't important. Underwater in this swamp water, you start carving at this frog's mouth to put a smile on its face. And Nephmir, you are not unaware of this. This thing, when it died, its entire insides quivered and then went entirely slack, like this pulsating, heart pounding, blood moving, whatnot. You are very, very aware of before it stops. And you're not being actively held anymore, but it's not the easiest thing in the world to move around inside of this thing. But you feel the mouth beginning to move and water starts to pour in. What would you like to do?
Would you say that I've had a general idea for how far, in what direction we've moved?
You mean when the frog started to move?
Yeah.
No. No, you have no idea where you are right now. Unless you can argue how you would know how the frog moved when you were inside of it.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna just go ahead and doing my best, just rough like math in my head, just be like, 25 feet up and 50 feet that away, trying to like get my orientation as best as I can, and then just cast Dimension Door, just myself.
Okay. Where would you like to put that?
Directly where I am.
Directly where you are, and then so you're saying
like basically like 25 feet up, and then just 50 feet that away.
That away. What's
basically
that away?
Like 50 feet away, like in a direction that I just pick blindly.
All right.
Laterally from where
why
the
don't
frog is.
you? Yeah. How about you roll a D4? Okay. 25 feet up and elseways. Boy, Dimension Door, I believe you can choose to bring through.
Anything that I can carry or a willing creature within 5 feet. I'm choosing to bring nothing with me.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to make sure of. That
Just me.
Yeah, just you. Okay. So this is... So you teleport yourself. So it's not actually a door. You just teleport yourself. Okay, so you teleport yourself. You zoop out of the frog's belly. And you said 25 feet up, and how far in that away?
50 feet.
50 feet. 20, 30, 40, 50. And okay, you wind up here, 20 feet off the ground. And you fall.
Very cool.
As you're falling,
take me damage upon landing.
I was going to say, I'm going to give you an option, just a possibility here. You're suddenly in the air and you're falling. Do you make any noise as you fall, or do you just silently say?
Oh, I
yes,
start screaming.
Okay.
Or yelling. I'm making a commotion.
So let's see. I'm going to give Lilly a number of rolls here. Oh no! I accidentally left roll 20.
Oh my god.
I went to click on Lily's thing and I clicked a bookmark instead. So I opened up the weather.
Very cool.
On the bright side, it looks like a lovely day today. I'm on my way. And I'm back. Very cool. How come I don't hear the music anymore? Keep playing.
I hear it.
I turned it off.
I don't.
Yeah, I turned it off.
I had that issue before when I accidentally refreshed roll 20, the music wouldn't come back.
I see.
It's back now.
The back is music back, yes. I need Lily's character sheet. And she's going to, let's see, a series of rolls here. Perception check to see if she hears and notices where the sound is coming from. No. She hears screaming and she looks around her. And she does not realize it's coming from above her. So unfortunately, Nephmir, you're coming down. Let's do it again. Okay, you take 6 damage as you smack into the ground. Fortunately, it's soft earth. Soft, moist earth. So Lilly hears a sudden wet slapping sound as Nephmir hits the ground behind her.
Wow.
And she whirls around with her sword ready to swing, and she sees you lying, I don't know, what did you say, face first on the ground or back? How did you land?
Definitely ass first.
Ass first. Okay, you land. You're lying on your back in the mud. And she whirls on you with her sword and stops. She does not swing, and she says, "Oh, cool." And Thott, you're still digging in this frog.
Did Thott
Um,
screaming?
Thought.
More
can
like, did I
roll
notice that
a-
he disappeared?
No.
No?
No.
I thought his legs were like sticking out.
Oh, you're right. His legs were sticking out. Okay, his legs are suddenly no longer. Or his feet were sticking out. His feet are no longer sticking out.
Okay. I guess I pull the mouth open wider and like start getting inside and feel around in there.
I would say that. How about you give me a perception check?
Okay.
Yeah, everything is such a haze in this cloudy swamp water. You're not. You notice that his feet are no longer there, but you can't be sure. You think maybe they slipped further in. So
Uh-huh.
in you go.
Okay, yeah.
In you go. Anyone else want to do anything? I went back to Thought. Like, Lena, what are you doing now?
I'm guessing I saw Nephmir.
You heard the screaming, I'm guessing. Why don't you roll a perception check?
I'm guessing like he's already fallen. He's
Oh,
already
he slapped, yeah.
slapped.
Lily had a chance because she was right there.
Oh my god.
You also have no idea where that came from, but then I think maybe the slap of Nephmir meeting mud, you could probably pinpoint that one.
Okay. So if I go over like here, I can see that it's Nephmir.
Yeah, and you see Lily looking down on him too.
Okay, I'm gonna call out to Thott and tell him that Nephmir's over here.
Nephmir is head first in a frog. Nephmir, roll a perception check with disadvantage.
You mean me?
Yes. Oh, yep.
You
Thought.
said Nephmir.
I said
Okay.
Nephmir. I'm sorry. Thought is head first in a frog. Did you yell it real loud?
Yeah.
Why don't you roll a... Again, voice rolls. What are voice rolls? Roll me a
Performance.
charisma check.
Oh, charisma.
Performance. Oh, this is fine. Okay, you yelled so loud. Thought, just barely, you hear a muffled sound of Lena's voice. What do you say?
Nephmir's over here.
Thought, you hear...
Okay. I stick my head above the water. At the very least to get a breath, preparing to go back in.
Sure. Okay.
And then say, "What?"
I'll take out my mage hand and I'll point it towards Nephmir. Like the mage hand is like in front of Thought's face, and it's pointing in the direction of Nephmir.
I like that.
Do I understand what that means? Suddenly there's a glowing hand in front of me.
And it's pointing. Do you follow the point?
I guess. So
All
do
right,
I see
yeah.
him then?
Nephmir, are you getting up off the ground?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Lily is helping you stand up off the ground, so Thought if you follow the point, you see Lily pulling someone up off the ground. And you can be reasonably sure that it's Nephmir.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna get out of the water then.
Okay. Congratulations, you solved the frog puzzle.
The frog riddle?
Yeah.
Frog puzzle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. There you go.
Woohoo.
Safe and sound. Big frog pile in the water.
Wow, that was terrible.
I
Really?
just
I liked it.
stumble over to Nephmir.
I meant like I
Say-
almost died.
Your shift, and I just collapse.
Okay.
Also, I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So Nephmir collapses onto the ground.
Wow. We will pick him up and return him to bed.
Still covered in frog vomit.
Well,
Very cool.
okay, let's maybe try to get some of the frog juice off.
Frog vomit.
and
Yeah,
then put
okay.
him on the bed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Nephmir is sleeping soundly. as soundly as he can for someone who occasionally coughs up frog gunk while he's sleeping.
Wow. Very gross.
Lena goes over to Lilly and says, I don't like them either anymore.
She looks just,
Yay.
right? Right? Right?
Well, I never liked them in the first place.
Maybe it's an orc thing.
I was thinking more like it's a giant thing that wants to eat you thing.
Well, even I didn't think it was going to eat us. And then, well, there it is.
Why wouldn't it? It's enormous.
It's a frog. Frogs don't usually eat people.
Well, frogs aren't usually, I don't know, 20 feet tall.
You got me there.
I'm wary of anything large enough to eat me. Except, well, I guess, our dragon friend. And besides,
I'm a little wary of him as well.
Well, he only eats metal, anyways.
Yeah, but he could eat us, I bet.
I suppose, but he's friendly.
I guess he seems friendly enough, but you guys would know better, I suppose. Hello.
Oh yes, he's helped us quite a bit.
Huh?
Dragon.
Dragon
What about
man.
dragon?
Dragon man.
All right, so, if you return to your sleep, third shift is Thott.
Yes.
I
I don't return to sleep. I just stay awake.
Yeah, you just stay awake. That's fine. Unfortunately, that means your shift's a little bit longer, and you're gonna have to roll for exhaustion.
Please no.
That's not. That is a joke. It's a joke. It's a funny joke.
Very funny.
I thought it was funny.
Funny.
I laughed a lot.
Thank you.
Well, I'm glad you
I'm
did.
eating well
I'm glad somebody did.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna perception rolls aside. That was the event for the evening. You're all set.
Okay.
You wake up in the morning, ideally feeling refreshed.
Sort of.
Maybe more or less refreshed. Nephmir wakes up. Noticing they have tried to scoop as much frog goop off of you as possible, but largely they just kind of left you as is. So covered in mud and frog goop, laying on your bedroll. Good morning.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Not
Okay.
the best of
I'm gonna
mornings.
roll some hit dice.
Okay. Oh, you don't have to roll hit dice. This was a long rest. You are all refreshed.
Oh, I thought you have to roll hit dice to recover. Or is
Nope.
that
Oh, no.
short rest?
That's short rest, yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay, never mind. All right.
Long rest means that you have slept and woken up and you are okay.
Wahoo.
Wahoo.
So can I ask a dumb question about spell slots?
Please.
So of course I know I've got 2 total at level 7. Those are just any spell I cast in general, right?
Correct. So
Like, I
for
don't get
warlocks,
2
that's
I
how
don't
that
get
works.
2 per spell level.
No. Just
I
2.
did not think so, but
Yeah.
like with the emphasis on, oh yes, I'm casting this at level 3 earlier. You know,
Mhm.
can't believe doing the thing. I thought maybe I misunderstand, but okay.
Yep, that's just how it is.
Okay.
You have 2 spell slots, and they are the highest level that you are capable of casting, and they do refresh during short rests as well.
Yeah, that is how I understood it, but okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, you wake up.
Oh, that means I
suppose,
misunderstood spell slots.
that's different for you.
Warlocks are different.
Warlocks are special.
Oh. Okay.
Most of the spellcasting classes are a little bit different in how they cast things. Warlock is very different in how they cast things.
Okay.
So, we'll get to that when we get to that, if it comes up. You guys are awake. You
Gross.
just set off again?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'll ask. It is a certain time for you guys. What, 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Are you guys good to go, or do you want to stop?
I can keep playing for now, for sure.
Yeah, talk to Sean for a second. He noticed that we're all online and is
on Discord?
yeah, in the other chat, and he
Okay.
is concerned that we're all playing a game.
Ask him if he wants to sit in and listen to our game.
Oh, yeah, he could do that. Oh, and because streamer mode is on, I didn't get any notifications.
Reamer mode.
Hey Dan,
Hey Kim.
I actually won that dice auction. I didn't think I was gonna
What
win.
the fuck?
What?
Oh
That's
no!
Oh, no, indeed.
Wait, how much
have you
did
spent
you-
too much money on
50.
dice that you didn't want to?
50. Okay, that's actually a really good price for those, I guess.
And my chess
Shit.
X replacement die came at my parents' place, and they said they'll send it along, so I'll save money on shipping and get these sent to my parents' place too.
Okay.
It'll be 58 total.
Did you
No
just
more.
Can I see these? Can you link them?
Yeah, let me see if I can. This was an auction in a group, so let me see what pictures I can get.
Martin, did you say what?
It sounded like she said my chest X-ray replacement.
Oh, Chessex is a brand of dice.
Okay.
She bought a set of dice from Chessex, and it was missing one of the die for some reason. So she emailed, and they are sending it. So it is her Chessex replacement.
Lol.
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 Kim, you're sending the link, correct?
Hmm.
You were sending a dice link. Are we waiting for that?
No, I'm getting pictures.
Okay. Well, we'll take care of that later. Let's just keep on keeping on for now.
Okay.
And congratulations, and no more dice auctions for now.
Wow.
I mean, that is I don't remember what they looked like, but I'm assuming they're worth way more than that. So that's pretty
So
cool.
it's only a set of 6, not a set of 7, but like I'm fine with
Okay.
that.
What's missing?
The percentage dice,
Huh. Okay. I guess just roll that one twice, huh?
right? Yeah.
Anyway.
not a big deal.
Yeah. All right. So,
How
Just
good of a stopping point is this?
as good as any. I mean, you haven't reached any plot hooks or anything yet, but are you sleepy?
I am becoming a bit tired.
Oh, I mean, if you can go a bit longer, there's a better place.
Okay, well then let's go.
Okay. Okay, let's cruise then. Is it just a normal morning? I'm just gonna start going, and interrupt me if there's things that you want to do. Okay.
Okay.
Instead of stopping and asking, just tell me what you want to do as I describe things. Okay.
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 Feel free to interrupt. Sound good?
One thing I'm gonna do is check on my crab boy.
Check on that crab.
I'm
boy.
assuming he didn't die.
Weird. Ben's microphone is consistently lit up like he's talking, but nothing's coming through.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm just. It was on mute. Usually I do have it on mute unless I'm speaking.
Okay.
So it's just picking up ambient.
It was transmitting nothing.
Okay. Just making sure. I wanted to make sure that you weren't actually talking and nothing was coming through for some reason. Okay, so you get up and you cruise, and you said you wanted to what? Check on your crab.
Yeah. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
He after the whole thing, it's interesting you chose to dive into the frog with the crab on your shoulder, but he's fine.
Okay. I apologize to him because I didn't even think about it. I had to just get in there.
Yeah. You're not used to having a crab on you, so
right.
The camera goes back in time, and you see as you dive into this crab's mouth, not as you dive into this frog's mouth, the crab jumps off of you and sinks to the bottom of this little pond.
Oh.
And when everything's all said and done and you start coming out of the pond, he scuttles up out of the pond as well.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. Oh, he's typing. Boof Das says,
Ask him if he wants to come in.
I can have you guys on in the background while I run electrical in the basement renovation.
Do it.
Yeah.
I will bring him into the thing. How do I bring people?
While you do that.
So, I forget. Dan, did Sean make a character?
No.
Back when?
He was starting to make one like years and years ago, and then he decided against it. He wasn't sure that he could commit the time to it. Oh yeah, those dice are fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I'm so psyched.
Huh.
Those are sweet dice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, I looked up octopus.
Yeah.
And it's from Greek.
Mhm.
And the end of it is for foot.
Mhm. Yeah. That makes sense, right?
And so, like, foot is like podi or something. And then
Podi.
feet
Podi. Podi.
is podia.
Podia.
So that's probably what.
So it should be octopodia.
Well,
yeah,
I don't know, because then that wouldn't that be something feet?
Well, I think it's sometimes like spelled this way.
Because the plural, he was talking about how the plural of the word doesn't make it octopi. So, like, the plural of feet in Greek doesn't have just an I on it. So, like, there you go. That's why it's not like that. That is my quick analysis.
Okay.
Mm.
Very cool.
Very cool.
All right.
Okay, we may resume.
So, we may resume. It seems like a pretty average morning for you.
Aside from all the mud.
Aside from the mud and the fact that Nephmir, you're covered in shit. So you go about your time. One thing that I did not actually cover, would you have attempted to make a fire last night?
I thought about it, and then I was like, you know what? I don't want to attract anything.
Okay. Unless anyone else was like really adamant about making it, then there was no fire.
Not
And
adamant.
you've got all your meat cooked and whatnot already too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you wake up and you feel
Was there a
cold.
fire?
Oh, what was that?
There was no fire, but I guess if there was no fire, there was never a power.
Yes.
You're right about that. It
I'm sorry.
was a fire.
I don't need to keep making references to.
You can make references. It's fine.
I don't know. I think we have to.
Mm,
But so we're cold now.
you're cold, but you're not feeling like negative effects from it. You just feel very cold. Having slept through the night in a cold, wet swamp. But you weren't wet except for Nephmir. So actually, let me go ahead and have Nephmir do a Constitution saving throw. Because Nephmir was wet when you put him to bed. Let me open that up. Okay, you're okay. You feel chilled to the bone, Nephmir. But it is a normal cold that you start to shake off as you get up and start moving around.
Since we're all so cold, why don't we make a fire?
Okay. You can't just do that.
No?
It's wet. Many things are moist.
I know, but there's still trees. Like, can't we?
There's dead trees and they're moist. Everything's moist here. There's
Wow.
mist hanging over everything. It's all moist. So it's not like the branches are soaked through, but they're damp,
Okay.
right? They're damp wood. Have you lit a fire with damp wood before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have. Ow.
So
it just smokes.
It takes. I was gonna
basically.
say it takes some extra effort to do anything.
Yeah.
But you want to push through and you want to try to make this fire.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, you start to like gather firewood and try to put the fire together, and you realize like, boy, this really is not catching at all, and you just kind of give up and move along. And you pick up your camp and you head out. So today, Thought, you are all walking along and you get deeper in this swamp and things get deeper. The water becomes deeper, the pools multiply, the wet, solid ground that you can move through becomes less and less. What is the problem that you run into today?
I'm gonna say that while I'm waiting, there is an errant root in the ground under the water that my foot gets hooked in, and it trips me and I fall into the water.
Okay.
And my foot is stuck in the root.
Okay. So you fall into the water. I'm going to say that you fall into the water and it's just high enough that you're having a hard time keeping your head above the water, actually. It becomes a bit of an immediate issue as the longer you sit in this water with your foot stuck there, the more you sink into the mud that makes up the base of this pool of water.
Ugh.
And you're quickly losing your what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, you're quickly losing the battle here. You are sinking in, and your face is just barely above water right now. Who helps you with this?
I'm gonna say Lilly.
Okay. Then the three of you are going to tell me how Lilly handles it.
He's sinking in mud.
He is in water. His face is just barely above the water, and the mud that makes up the base of this pool of water, it's mud, waterlogged mud, and he is sinking into it the more that he struggles. So you gather that it's only a matter of time before his face goes under. And Lilly is helping. But how is Lilly helping? And this is for all. I say all three of you. It's not for Martin. It's for Ben and Kim. How does Lilly help?
Find some like broken branch, like kind of like something that'll float. And she'll throw it in, so he'll have something to kind of like hold on to, so he stops freaking out and just kind of relaxes, so he'll stop sinking.
So you
also
want
kind
to
of
throw
distribute his weight a little bit.
You want to throw in a branch that will float.
I guess branch isn't quite what I'm looking for. I'm thinking like a small part of a tree trunk or something, like something kind of sizable that will like float. Like that's like part one is what I'm thinking. Like that's the first thing you could probably do.
All
It's
right,
not gonna do it itself.
That's the first thing she does. So she's going to go to the nearest tree, and she's going to try to snap off a piece of big, wide bark. And she does. She snaps off a big piece of bark, and she hurls it at Thott and says, "Hold on to this!" And if he grabs onto it, it sinks underwater because it's a piece of bark, and he has metal armor on.
Yeah.
So the bark just sinks underwater with him. But it's something that he's holding on to now.
I let go of it.
What's that?
I let go of the bark.
Okay, you let go of the bark. Ben, what does Lily do next? What's her next plan of action here?
Let's see. I mean, Lily is very strong, right?
She is very strong.
I wonder if she could just like keep a firm hold on like a big log that she could just kind of position under Thott, so he could grab onto that and just kind of like basically like thrust it under him, but still have it, be long enough to just kind of stick up out of the water so that he can,
Stay out of the water.
kind of wrap around it, and at the very least just hold on to that,
Sure.
if
Okay.
not climb up it.
Okay. So let's see. Now she's gonna go look for a bigger piece of wood. her first
I know.
instinct was wood,
I know.
and it was too small. And her second thought is more wood, and she's
Bigger
gonna
wood.
look for a bigger log of some sort. And she does not find a very good one, but it's long, and she does a decent job of jamming it into the water and the mud nearby Thott. So now, Thott, from your position, she tossed you a hunk of bark that you discarded, and now she has taken I'll say a large branch, like a thick branch, maybe like an inch or inch and a half in diameter, and she stuck it into the water, into the mud, so it's sort of like branching above you. And she says, "Grab that."
Okay. I guess I grab it and try to use it to keep my head above the water.
Yeah, okay. So
Pushing down on it?
when you grab onto this branch, it is stable enough to keep you from, you can hold on to it and keep yourself from sinking down further. It lets you distribute your weight differently so that you're not actively sinking into the mud anymore.
Okay.
But if you give it even a little bit of a test, you can see that, boy, it's really not going to help you get out. It's keeping the situation from becoming life-threatening, but it is not going to help you get out of there.
Okay.
So, now what?
I'll give Lily one of my ropes, and she can toss it to Thott and kind of like pull him.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just say that happens. And so that means that now Lily and Thott are each holding an end of this rope. And now both of you are going to make strength checks.
Can we help Lily?
Actually, athletics checks. We'll do this. Thott, you are going to roll a strength check to hold on to it.
Okay.
And Lily is going to roll an athletics check to actively pull you out. Let's see. Yes, you can help if you'd like. You can
Okay.
grab onto the rope with her, and
I
she'll
will,
have
yeah.
advantage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, she does her end real well, and she yanks that rope right out of your hands.
Ow.
Yeah, just zing, right out. And she says, "No, Thott, hold on to it."
I'm trying.
and she tosses it back in.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Nephmir assist Lily, and I'll try to assist Thott with magic this time.
Okay.
Just I can bend luck if he rolls shitty again.
Okay. Sounds good. So we're gonna try that one more time.
Okay.
Look at that.
Hey.
Okay. So now you have a much better grip on it the second time around, and she hauls you. And now, with this brute forcing of the situation here, I'm going to ask you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I'm very bad at that.
You are yanked out of the water effectively. Lily pulls you up onto the land, and your boot comes off. It is still stuck there in that knotted root underwater.
Ugh.
But you're out of the water.
Yeah, I won't die now, I guess.
Yeah, you won't die now, and that's good. Hello, Sean.
He cannot speak. He can only.
Oh, he
listen.
cannot speak.
Yeah.
Hello. They're in the swamp right now, and they just pulled Martin out of the water because he was bad at walking.
Basically.
Just a quick catch up. All right.
So the boot's just like it's in the water and stuck under a root, right?
Yep.
So if I were to kind of duck my head in the water and like open my eyes, would I be able to see it?
I mean, after everything that just happened there, all the flailing around in the muck and whatnot, I'm gonna say it's pretty murky.
Okay.
So you're just gonna leave his boot?
I can have my crab go into the water and find the location of the boot and tell me.
Crabs.
I mean, yes, your crab can go in and like you can feel your crab and you know where the boot is.
Right, yeah. Oh,
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 oh.
oh. Heard noises. No more noises.
Yeah.
All right, so you now have a mental magical fix on the location of your boot.
Okay.
Now what do you do?
Oh,
I don't know.
double crab it. Have the crab take the other crab.
This is a heavy armored boot. The crabs cannot lift the boot out of the water.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they can't do that. Can I describe the location of the boot well enough to Lena to use a mage hand?
And you can point. You can point.
I point and give an estimation of distance under the water.
Okay, yeah, then I'll use my mage hand to try to get it.
Okay. Why don't you roll then a spell casting check? So a charisma check from Lena, please.
Okay. Can I have advantage because the guidance from the crabs?
Yes. Yes, you can. Hello.
Hello.
My sound works now.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Welcome to the party, pal.
It's working.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Wow.
You
Let me see if I
Okay,
can
hold
even
on.
do it.
hold on. You're gonna bend your luck.
I think I'm just gonna let's see. Ability check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's gain advantage. I already had advantage.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll bend luck.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It brings it to a 10, which is the number I was thinking because it's just a boot.
Oh my god.
It's just a boot. You just got to get the boot like unhooked from the root and you're fine. That boot root, you know?
Uh-huh.
So you have Lena is able to use her mage hand to dislodge the boot. And maybe it's easier to sort of upend it, you know, turn it upside down, and then you can pull it out like that, and all of that murky water comes dumping out of your boot.
Yay. We can see
That-
Sean.
What?
Hello.
We can see him? We can see him? Oh,
I have
hello!
video.
You have video. Hello.
So you can watch me doing electrical. It's very exciting.
Cool.
I'm
And
sorry.
you can
I
listen
cannot
to
watch.
them try not to die in a swamp.
All I can hear is them investigating a boot.
Yes. Well,
That's
that
part
was
of it.
Part of it.
that was part of it. Somehow this Martin's character, whose name is Thott, tripping on a root turned into a life and death struggle in a shallow pond.
I figured this was waist high at this point, but okay.
I mean, it's fairly shallow for a pond.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But you're okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
All right.
All right.
And I have my boot back.
And you got your boot back. It's wet.
Yeah,
It is
I know.
wet.
Put it on anyway.
Okay. Larp.
Oh.
Yeah. Very cool. All right. So, there you are. And that's what happens that day. Congratulations on not dying in the shallow pool of water. And you eventually walk through the day. And once again, this is just a traveling montage, basically. So the sun begins to go down, and sort of a rinse and repeat of the night before.
Oh, really? We're still not there?
Oh, you still are not there, but now you know, because you all have the same mental map that the Dargan gave you.
Uh-huh.
You know that you are very close,
Okay.
but you know that you won't get there anytime very soon, and it's going to get very hard to travel soon between the pools of water. You're already having to really examine where you're walking to not take a dive, right?
Yeah.
As soon as the sun's gone, that's going to become impossible.
All right.
So it's your choice. If you'd like to push ahead through the night, you will reach there in the next couple hours. But maybe not, depending
Okay.
on how that goes for you.
I mean, I can see in the
It's a very
dark,
bad
but
idea. We're not gonna do that.
Lena can't, so.
Correct.
All right. Well, we'll go to sleep again in the mud, I
Yeah, I
guess.
should probably change to push to talk so you don't hear all the banging around.
Okay.
Unless you want to.
I don't mind.
I mean, if you have any input you'd like to give from across the room, then you'd be able to do that.
That's true.
Yeah. You can make fun of us when we fail.
Okay, does this work now? Push to talk?
Yeah.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Button.
Oh, button. All right. So you do
Oh my
set up.
gosh, I could use my wireless controller.
Oh,
Ooh.
there you go. There you go. There you go. That sounds like a good solution. All right. So, you are stopping for the night. Rinse and repeat of the night before. Setting up your little branch beds to keep from getting soaked through. If you'd like to try to set up a fire, you can try.
Nah.
Would you like to?
I don't want to
No?
create a smoke generator in the swamp, so.
It's true. Although it would help with the mosquitoes.
There's mosquitoes?
Yes.
There you go. Oh yeah,
haven't-
there's mosquitoes.
Is that a
Fantasy
switch?
mosquitoes.
We should try setting up a fire.
Okay, all right, fine.
Okay. Who's gonna set up the fire?
Somebody that camps outside? Probably Lilly.
I'm gonna ask Lily to do so, and I will help.
I'll help her too. I've got some experience.
Okay. She will attempt to make a fire. Let's see. Okay. She is able to make a fire. By the way, it was a flat roll. It was not at disadvantage because you were helping.
Okay.
And she was able to build a very small fire. It took a long time, but there is a small fire now, generating a small amount of heat for you. which probably feels pretty nice
Yeah.
at this point, seeing as the majority of you are now wet.
Yeah, I was completely underwater, so.
Yeah, you're a pretty moist boy at this point. Okay. And would you set up a
Watch?
watch for the
Yes.
evening?
Yeah.
Yes. Same order as before?
Yeah.
Okay. Just everyone roll your perception checks.
Oh, I didn't. That's
That's fine. It's the first one. Wow. You guys are fucking on top of it, huh? Lily is extremely on
my.
top of it.
Okay.
wow. At 20.
And nothing happens all night long,
Wow.
which is very cool. You all rolled excessively well, and yet there is nothing to see.
In the
So-
light of the fire, can I make like there's like kind of tallish like swamp grass around us, right?
Yes.
I want to make like just kind of a makeshift net because we're gonna need food for tomorrow. Might as well try to get some fish.
Okay. So you're going to try to make a net out of swamp grass. That is
Yeah.
going to be a difficult survival check.
I will try.
Go for it.
I'm gonna use my tides of chaos to roll with advantage.
Okay.
For to fish,
To make a net.
to make a net
And
to fish,
so
you're gonna.
That means that the next time you cast a spell, or any of the next times, I can make you roll.
Yeah,
Correct.
but I mean we've been doing that anyways.
No, I mean, it's different.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you. So explain to me how that works then, from your perspective, as you are trying to make a fishing net out of swamp grass, and it doesn't seem to be going well, and you actively decide to manipulate the forces of chance and chaos to make a net. Please explain.
So she's had experience with like the wibbly wobbly like kind of reality time bending stuff or whatever. She doesn't quite get it, but I imagine maybe she like gets kind of frustrated and maybe accidentally uses it to like when trying to thread like one blade of grass through like a knotted one, like it goes through easier. Like she kind of like shifts it a little bit instead of like threading a needle, right?
Yeah.
Like it's really hard to like get a thread through a needle. But she can kind of like use her like reality manipulating magic to kind of like just kind of shift it into place just the way she needs it.
Okay. And she does that accidentally, you're saying?
Yeah, I think she gets frustrated.
Okay. So you just wind up focusing real hard on it, and in focusing real hard on trying to, thread the figurative needle, you wind up accidentally shifting reality.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, sounds like a good plan. And yeah, with a 19, you went ahead and you made yourself a net out of swamp grass that does feel fairly legitimate. Like you give it a few tugs and it doesn't seem like it's gonna snap, so
Cool.
at least not right away.
I know with like my abilities, like it says like I can just get food, but like I felt like this is more realistic.
It's definitely, I was not going to let you just get food here, so you were correct about that.
Cool.
My plan was to make you actually roll a survival check to find food this time, but since you rolled a survival check to make this net, that counts. So now you can just get food the next day.
Yay.
Wow.
So I guess like maybe you just kind of drop the net into the deepest pond you find nearby and go to sleep. Something like that.
Yeah, I suppose it's a good idea. Yep.
Like set it up in the
Yeah,
way
set
that
it up.
fishing nets work.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I bet reality to get this conduit to fit?
I don't
It
know.
would be nice if you
Just-
could.
It'd be nice.
Just get really frustrated and focus on it.
Yeah, apparently that's all you have to do. Or maybe that only works for swamp grass.
Yeah, that's all you have to do if you have the ability to manipulate the tides of chaos.
Yeah.
So,
I'm pretty sure I would have used the heck out of that.
Yeah, it seems
Yeah.
pretty useful, but you can only now here's the thing, you can only use it every so often, and now whenever I feel like it, I can make Kim's magic go wild and wild stuff happens. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. Oh, it could be good though. Who knows?
Yeah.
We haven't had any bad ones happen, and there are bad ones that happen.
I look 3 years younger.
Yeah, that's right. You lost 3 years of your body, which
Who
is
wouldn't
interesting.
want that?
I don't know,
child.
it's kind of bad.
No.
Yeah. Like, I'll take
Yeah.
that now, but I would probably not have wanted that when I was 17.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Fair.
All right. So, that's that night, and nothing. Like I said, nothing happens. Interestingly enough, and you wake up the next morning and rinse and repeat. Are you just going? Oh, Lena pulls I'll say enough fish for you to eat. And there is enough of the fire still going that you can actually cook them.
They're smoked now.
Over time. It takes some time.
Yeah.
It takes some time with a small smoky fire. But you are able to cook them to the extent where you feel like, yeah, this is safe to eat. Probably. I assume.
Probably good, slow cooked and smoked.
Yeah, slow cooked and smoked fish.
It would be.
But it's not the good kind of smoke though, is it?
Yeah,
It's not a good
Okay.
smoky.
Dogfish.
What's that?
Probably something like trash fish, like slow cooked trash fish or bottom feeder.
And
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much
It's
so.
been like a lot of like ponds and stuff like that, so I'm guessing it's
Mhm.
mostly small. You have to like eat a lot of like tiny fish
Bones,
to
yeah. You're eating a lot of bones, like little edible bones. You're getting a lot of those in there, and gotta chew real carefully. It's not nice. Like, don't get me wrong. You found the food, and you guys aren't gonna go hungry today, but it's not a meal that you're particularly enjoying unless you actively enjoy eating small fish bones.
No. I don't.
Nephmir doesn't. He's
Yeah.
not into it.
Okay.
He does it.
All right. Well, the bright side here is you have woken up and you know in your little mental map that you've received that you are at the pace that you've been going just a couple hours outside of your destination.
Yay!
So you take off?
Yeah.
Okay. You take off. And,
I
know,
just realized we have to go back.
you're not wrong.
You could take the road that time,
You
though.
could take the road back, yeah. You guys chose to walk through the swamp, didn't you?
I know.
As far as you could. You walked
Hey.
through the maximum amount of swamp.
Oh, that's awful.
What'd you say?
You're catching fish in a swamp? Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Yep. That's their plan.
Hey,
That's the food plan.
how's that net holding up? Does it have another use in it, or
It
is
does not. No,
bent? Okay.
it does not. You're lucky that it held together long enough to pull a bunch of fish out of the water.
Yeah, it's made of grass.
It's made of grass. It's tough, stringy grass, and that's its only saving grace. And now it's like you opened it up to get the fish out, and you see that it is loosened and it's not going well. But you've made one already, so at least there's that. Like you know how to do it. It's that. Anyway, so it's just a couple hours away, and you don't run into any issues. So aside from the obvious traveling issues of finding your footing and things like that, and as you begin to approach the area, if you remember, you're going to what Aogilder described as a massive ancient tree,
Yes.
right? Which he placed the sword on top of. So, you are working your way there, and the closer you get, as you start to come in toward it from the south, you start to see signs
Wait,
of
wait, wait,
yes,
wait,
yes,
wait, wait,
yes,
wait,
yes,
wait.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, okay.
I didn't get any of that.
What?
From when?
Like when we're talking about the tree,
Correct.
and then you like cut out and never came back.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
What was the
One
last
more
thing you
time,
heard?
please. I don't know.
Did you hear
That's
that the
cool.
sword is on top of the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So the general idea that I said was, you know that that's where it is. You know that's where you're heading, and
Okay.
you are on your way there, and you're not having any issues with it,
Okay. Okay.
aside from your normal, finding footholds and whatnot, not sliding into the muck and et cetera, et cetera.
Hmm.
But this is day 4,
Yeah.
day 5, I forget.
Or
Day 4, yeah, and you're on your way there. You're getting fairly good at finding your footholds here, and you make your way there. And as you start to approach where you know in your mind the tree to be, you start to find obvious signs that you are not the first ones here. You see you come across a defined path. It's not like it's been structured or anything, but other people have clearly found this path already. This, one of few ways through this area without wading through the water. It's been trampled down. And as you find this path, you start to notice that the finer trees in the area, the ones that aren't, dead and rotted and whatnot, ones that still, have a decent structure to the wood, they are marked with red X's on them.
That's bad.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check on those X's.
Okay. You don't notice anything. In fact, Arcana checks aside, when you get closer, you can see that it looks like paint.
But is the paint
you can-
magic?
Is the paint magic? You're not sure. But you do see that it is a kind of red paint that's just sort of been quickly slapped on in the shape of an X. It's sort of run down a bit. Yeah, it's paint.
Is there some kind of pattern to the, like, I know you said what kind of trees they were on, but are they going a certain direction? Are they a certain distance apart? Is there some kind of pattern to them other than just like they're on better trees?
Why don't you do an investigation check? Cool. You see that the main thing that I've already discussed, they are the better trees. And with your investigation skill, you can guess that these would perhaps be the ones that would be useful in terms of wood quality. And as far as a pattern or a distance or anything, they seem to be you're not looking out too far, like without leaving the path you can't see for sure, but in a pretty wide area around this path that you're following now, or that you see anyway, it's just the nicer trees in a certain distance from this path have been marked.
Gotcha. Okay.
So would you like to continue on? The map in your mind says basically follow this path.
Yeah. I'm a little
Okay.
bit concerned. I'd like to go quickly.
Okay. then you head down that path. And eventually, you see rising up in the distance a massive, gnarled tree.
That's
And,
the one.
you know,
Why is
you
this
get sort
just
of
Spring Gully?
a
I'm sorry.
you get a little ping, you know, in your mind map that you know for sure that that is the tree that you're looking for. If you couldn't tell just by the fact that the rest of these trees, like there are some older trees here, more of the rotted ones are bigger. There's some big trees here, but not a whole lot. That one is the biggest by a wide margin. It is a big, big tree.
On the scale of the Deku tree, how
It's like, it's not Deku tree size, but
Okay.
it's big.
Okay.
It's big. It's a big old tree. Big tree. You thought you were gonna have to do a Deku tree dungeon?
Oh, I mean, oh no.
Well, too bad. It's time to get in that tree.
No, please no.
Anyway, as you approach this big tree, you see that it is. Oh, actually, I'll let you do a. If you're interested in the tree, you can do a nature check.
I'd actually like to investigate for bees.
For bees?
Yeah.
Bees?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Would that be investigation?
And I mean, I guess you're just looking for bees?
Yeah, I want to find bees.
You want to find bees?
Yeah, are there any bees around? I'm looking specifically for bees.
You can look for bees. Do an investigation roll for bees?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Not the bees.
That's a lot of bees. Well, it's not a lot of bees. It's a lot of investigation roll for bees. Lena, are you interested in the tree at all?
Yeah, check it out.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to. I was just making
No,
sure
I'm-
that you meant to not roll.
No, like she's checking it out, but it's more of like a kind of taking it in sort of thing, not really like she's
Trying to
just checking
figure out
it
a tree.
Yeah, I guess like she'd be looking for the sword.
Yeah, okay. I guess that's more of a perception check then, hey?
Okay.
So everyone's rolling a different tree roll here. Let's go in order. Nephmir, you are examining this tree. It is clearly a very different tree than every other tree around here. You know, let alone the fact that it's huge. It's such a big tree. That would tip you off, but just the color of the bark, the way that the branches work out, it is clearly a very different kind of tree, but you don't know what kind it is. You don't know this kind of tree. You've never seen anything like this tree before. Thought, you get a very good look around and you don't find any bees.
Oh, okay.
What were you looking for bees for? I just want to know.
I just wanted to find bees. I thought it would be cool.
All right, I'm sorry there's no bees here.
But do they not
And-
allow you to have bees in here?
I don't know. I guess you'll have to ask.
Okay.
Lena, you're taken in the tree, and it is largely what I explained to Nephmir already. You can see that this is a very different kind of tree, but you're more just interested in how it looks. It is clearly very old. You've been told it's ancient, and I'm assuming you've never seen anything this clearly ancient before, aside from perhaps the Dargon. But it is huge, and it's sort of... I'm not good at describing an old tree, though, am I? I'm just going to leave that one to you. Please imagine a huge, gnarled, twisting, old tree.
The king of limbs.
Okay.
Can
I don't
ask
know
what
what that
color
is.
it is compared to the trees around it.
Say that again?
What color is it compared to the other trees around it?
The color is a I think you can see with your nature roll that it probably used to be a very rich brown color, but that color is a little bit faded. It used to be a very deep, rich brown, but it kind of looks a bit grayer now. That color is just sort of losing its saturation. And, and as you get closer to it, you find that on this tree, as well as the other trees that are nearby, it has been painted on, but this one only has one single diagonal line on it. Like it's not a cross, it's just one diagonal line.
And there are no bodies anywhere near?
Why don't you do an investigation check?
Yeah, I want
bodies.
to look where it's been painted.
Mhm.
I want to see any sign of a fight.
Okay.
Or of the painter being interrupted.
Okay, sure. Go for it.
Oh.
That's unfortunate. That it's hard to tell. You see that one line, and then it just looks like a bunch of muck. You know. I mean, clearly someone's been there. You can see that it's not undisturbed muck, but you're having a hard time grasping anything further than that. So, what would you like to do here? You have reached your destination. This is the tree.
Right.
Perception check. Did I see the sword?
No.
Okay.
The top of the tree is out of your vision.
It's that high?
It's that high, and this one, I guess that would have been worth mentioning. This one has leaves. It's not a dead tree.
Right.
This one actually has a fairly dense canopy of leaves on its branches.
Okay. Should we try to find whoever painted the X's, or should we just start climbing the tree?
Probably start climbing the tree. How dry is the paint? Like pretty dry?
Yeah. It's dry. It looks fresh, but it's not like wet fresh. It looks like it was recently painted.
Start climbing the tree.
All right, who's jumping on this tree first?
I'll do it.
Oh, okay.
Lena likes climbing.
This is Thought's holy quest.
I know.
And Lena's just like, I'm up the tree. Zoop.
I'm scouting up ahead, like
Scouting ahead.
I'm seeing like how climbable the tree is, like maybe like I'll let down a rope for people and stuff.
Okay. So you start climbing the tree?
Yeah.
Why don't you give me an athletics check as you start to move up? All right. I mean, I've already described this tree as very gnarled and knotted. Like, this old tree has a lot of footholds and handholds to choose from. So it's just a matter of taking your time and making your way up this tree. The main issue is that as soon as you begin climbing this tree, you reach maybe about 5 feet off the ground or so. And there is a sudden loud creaking and cracking sound accompanied by the groaning of old wood as one massive old branch swings around and slams you against the trunk.
Oh.
And you take... Okay. You take 14 damage.
Oh.
And make a dex save for me, please.
Okay.
Okay. This huge branch swings down out of the canopy and slams you against the body of the tree, but you manage to hang on to it, unless you'd like to drop. What would you like to do? You can stay on if you'd like.
I think I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna drop like safely, like by my own
Sure.
turn.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. You drop back into the muck, and that dex save means that you did a good job of doing that. And as you hit the ground, the tree continues twisting and creaking, this, sound of old wood just crunching and cracking, and suddenly you hear a voice boom, deep and gravelly. Impertinent, idle-headed miscreants! Villainous, dog-hearted louts! So soon thee spit on thy honor and returneth? Doth thee wish for further beating?
Oh, we are not the ones that came before.
All right, let's see. The tree continues moving and twisting, and you watch as some of these knotted parts of the tree begin to open, and eyes reveal themselves on the side of the tree, and this one branch that had reached down and hit Lena so hard, it's joined by a second one, and you begin to notice humanoid features on this giant tree. And it opens its mouth, quote unquote mouth, and you hear another deep voice, another deep sound coming from within this tree as it ruminates. And it goes, It is true. 'Tis true. 'Twas no orc amongst the men that cameth before. Then what dost thee want?
Well, a long time ago, did Yenben say?
Anything about a talking tree?
No, did he say what form he had taken when he visited the tree?
He did not, and he also didn't say anything about the tree being alive.
Right.
Well, in this way.
I'm just gonna say, a long time ago, someone came here to place a sword on top of you, and I would like it. If you don't mind.
There's another deep sound of consideration from within this massive tree. And it says, aye, something hath fallen from mine own branches as I did act to remove the humans. Curious. I doth wonder how it did end up thither in the first place. The humans were very interested in it. I did allow those folk to taketh it. If it be true, they did promise to never returneth. They had a very difficult time with its retrieval. Tid burn all who attempted to hold it.
I lean over to Thott. I think that's your sword.
I think so too. Would you happen to know which direction these humans went?
Another deep, cracking and groaning of wood as one of those huge limb branches motions down the path that you came from.
Oh, shit. Y'all got any ideas?
We have no choice but to go after them, right?
Right, but where are they? If they went the way that we came, why didn't we see them?
So you came across that well-trodden path from the side.
Okay.
So it actually, like, you came into it, vaguely perpendicularly, and turned right and headed north.
Okay.
There was the path itself continued south as well.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we have to go follow it. Anyone want to say anything to a talking tree?
I'm sorry for climbing you. I was
There's-
just trying to get the thing that fell off. I wasn't trying to do any harm.
There's another deep cracking, groaning sound as the whole tree sort of bends over slightly as it moves its face closer to you. And another very deep, gravelly voice. No harm was taken.
Good, I'm glad to hear it.
So, I mean, I imagine you're some kind of, spirit of this area. Some measurably, reasonably powerful thing. But I mean, you're, no offense. We're used to moving around on our feet. You're kind of rooted down. Is there anything that, like, we might have that you want? Just checking.
I think at the referring to it as a spirit, it begins to speak. It says, I am shepherd of the forest, guardian of mine own young kin. But alas, mine own roots art not what they hath used to be. I hast not the strength to lift them from the muck, and thus I am condemned to sit and gaze as the trees, the young ones round me, shall be cut and taken. I shall simply do what I can. Release mine own seeds over the blasted land, and wish they taketh root.
Do you want to move? Should we dig you out?
Why don't you roll a nature check on that one? I think even with a 10, you would understand that a tree as massively, massively big as this is would have roots that would probably go a bit deeper than you're prepared to dig anytime soon.
I guess so, yeah. I just figured this thing's super strong and just would need a little bit of help. I mean, I just took 14 points of damage, so if it can't get out, then how hard can it, like, how much more help does it need, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you said the trees are being cut down?
They will be.
Why?
What else? Men.
Well, I suppose I understand, but, well, what men live around here? We're so far from anywhere on this island, really. For what purpose would someone come here to cut these trees down?
I know not where they live, but I know they spread like a pestilence.
That's fair.
Is there a way for me to tell if he's talking about specific people or if he just hates humans for cutting trees down?
I mean, you can try an insight check.
Okay. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm not sure that you know. You're not really in tune with ancient tree people
Why
and
not?
how their minds work. And how their minds work. Yeah.
Why
weird
am I
that.
not in tune with ancient tree people?
You tell me. Why didn't you make that part of your backstory?
What, Sean?
I guess you didn't put that much thought into it.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh.
Should we
Okay.
go retrieve the sword and perhaps talk to these people about maybe getting their wood from elsewhere?
Well, perhaps. If those are indeed the culprits, yes. Say, I turn back to the tree. Is there anything else we could help you with aside from, keep people from cutting your children down? They are your children, right? Am I understanding that correctly? I'm sorry.
There's a groaning again as this time it bends to look closer at you, and there is a very deep chuckle. Oh, these are not mine.
Okay. Well, I suppose we'll be going then. Sorry to disturb you.
He does not say anything.
Okay.
Lena's already walking back slowly.
All right. Then we will go.
Like as you turn to go, Lilly says, "So what are you then?"
Lilly.
And it turns to creak at her, and says, "I am shepherd of the forest, guardian of my young kin." And she says, "No, like, she points at herself and says, orc? Well, half orc." And then points at Thott, half orc. Then points at Lena and says, human. And points at Nephmir and says, tiefling. What are you? And it just sort of groans and says, things do not need a title.
He's a tree, Lilly. He's not going to tell you.
She like leans in and says, "That's not a tree. It's talking. Do you think that's a tree?"
We just saw a giant frog.
Well, yeah, that. Okay, fair enough.
There's all kinds of strange things in the world, seems, especially when powerful forces are involved, so I don't want to bother this tree being too much.
As you're talking about it, the tree is sort of shifting and moving back into its like resting position, and the eyes close.
Maybe if we can sort something out with whoever stole the sword, Maybe there's some reason why they came around here. Maybe they're the ones who will try to cut the trees down. I don't know. If we can come back to this creature with something that pleases it, then maybe it would be more receptive to strange questions about its existence.
Lena's
Uh-oh,
still backing
okay.
away slowly.
Okay. All right. Anything else you'd like to do here?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So then you start following that path?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Can we
the
like
cool...
run?
Say that again?
Can we like run?
You can... Oh, I was about to say, the cool thing about a well-worn path is that you don't have to take as much time watching where you're stepping. And you can move faster.
Because if they're not that far ahead of us, we might be able to catch up to them if they're just taking their time.
I mean, let's say, why don't you roll an intelligence check? Just judging by the fact that the paint was not wet in a very wet area, you assume this didn't happen today or even yesterday.
Sure, but we might lose their trail if we take too long.
Okay. Just letting you know
Yeah, I get you.
that you're not gonna, they're not just ahead of you or anything like that.
Sure.
What if
Gotcha.
they are, though? What if they went
What if
through a
they're-
time portal?
A time portal, huh?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, you can go.
We're going.
You're going and you did it. So let me just pop you over here then. Soup. So at the moment, you find yourself here.
Oh my god.
And if you are interested in knowing where you are on the world, on a world map scale, you can roll an intelligence check. Because all you received, you didn't receive like a visual map in your head from the Dargan. You just received a path to take, right?
Sure.
Right.
I think Lena. What? Oh, I see. Nephmir, are you around?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay. You can roll to an intelligence check to see if you know where you are. Thott, you are unsure. You know that you are generally northwest. Nephmir, you are not sure, generally northwest. Lena, finally, your time in the wilderness has paid off for you. And you know, just as a general idea of where things are on this island and how far you have gone, etc., that you are probably about a straight shot north from the town called Haven that Aelgilder told you about.
Mm.
And seeing as the path is heading straight south, seems a reasonable guess that you might be heading to Haven.
Then I guess we're heading to Haven.
Good thing we don't have to go through the swamp again.
Well, you are going through the swamp, but
Not that way, though.
yeah,
Not the bad way.
not the bad way. Yeah, cool, huh? So, you're just booking it? You're moving at least relatively fast? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. You're moving relatively fast, and you make good time. You are not being quiet. You are not being sneaky. And you're on a path, so nothing in particular happens along the way. And I'm just going to say that you are becoming very, very tired from moving fast all day long. But as the sun starts to go down, you feel that you are nearing Haven. The sun is very low in the sky, and but you believe that you can get there before nightfall. Would you like to just head on in?
Yeah. You guys cool?
Yeah, sure.
I think so.
I'll say this too. As you get closer to Haven, there are many obvious signs of deforestation. Many trees being cut down the closer you get to Haven. So that makes sense. So, let's see. Okay. Would you, the three of you plus Lilly, please make a wisdom saving throw?
What?
A wisdom saving throw.
But why? I don't like this.
Wow. Holy shit. Nice wisdom saves, guys. But you have a +6 in wisdom saves, Ben? Holy shit. That's a lot. Let's see.
Yeah, it is. Damn.
So, suddenly you find yourselves on the outskirts of the town. It's right in front of you. You see this town. It looks like a regular town. It looks kind of like Windy Borough, but a bit bigger. And to the three of you, but not Lilly, this is odd. The approach to the town feels very fuzzy in your memories. Try as you might, you can't quite recall actually approaching the town. You don't even remember it coming into view. You remember that there were more trees that had been cut down, and you kept following the path, and now you find yourself in front of the town. The sun has gone down, and the town itself is very dark. And again, the three of you noticed that you could swear that the sun was higher before. You thought you had more time before the sun went down, but it's down. And the town itself in front of you is very dark, strangely. Would you continue on?
Wasn't it still light out a minute ago?
Yeah.
Lily just looks at you and goes, huh?
When did we get here?
It feels like it just sort of appeared. It's very...
So this is a bad situation, right?
It certainly feels like it.
But we don't have any other choice, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I'd say that.
We need to get that sword.
Well, of course.
Mm.
But, is this really the town? Or is this some sort of magic?
Lily looks at you guys and says, I don't see what your issue is here. I'm cold and very tired, and there's a town in front of us, so I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Well, if people here are in trouble, we should help them anyways, right?
I'm still not entirely sure that here is the town.
Yeah, I'm not either. But... Maybe let's try to go around? Are we, like, does it seem like we're at a front gate?
Yes, and this is a small enough town that it's not walled or anything like that. You can go in from any direction you'd like.
I would like to try to detect magic.
Okay, how will you do that?
I don't know.
Okay, so you're just gonna try to hone in on it, huh?
Yeah, I guess maybe
Use the crab power.
maybe like in the way that I sensed the crab.
Okay.
I'm going to try to sense magic.
Just trying to sense magic. I'm gonna give you disadvantage on your Arcana roll.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Holy
No.
shit,
No,
dude!
come on, that's not.
Wow.
Good job.
I'll say this. That is an amazing roll. I will say you don't know what you feel. Something does feel very wrong. When you try to focus in on sensing magic, you don't necessarily sense magic in the way that you felt it with your crab or anything like that. But you do get the distinct sense that something is incorrect. Something not natural is in the air. And when I say not natural, I don't mean that it's something other than magic either, but you can't put your finger on what it is. It's just something is there, and you don't know what it is.
Okay. Well, I guess we just have to go in.
Lily, something's definitely wrong here. Just be careful.
She looks at you and then looks at the town and goes, "Huh. It's kind of dark."
It's
Right?
very dark.
Huh. Well, let's go to where it's not.
You mean go back?
No, I mean, there's got to be someone home, right?
Oh. Okay. I'm just gonna let her lead.
Okay. If you're just following her, she'll start wandering into town. And you start walking down what turns out to be a main street. And walking down the street, you find no one. No one is out and about. And in fact, the longer you walk down the street, the more you realize, the more you become aware just how quiet it is. It's silent, not a single sound. This town is roughly double the size of Windy Borough, sort of like, a small town on the rise sort of energy to it, but not really from what you can see. You pass by many shops and homes, and a few have light emanating from the windows, but many don't. A majority of buildings lie empty and dark in various states of disrepair. One home that you pass has a large hole in the window. Another home's roof has partially caved in. The front doors of a shop on the corner hang open. And it's at this intersection where you find several points of interest. The first and most obvious is a large construction site in the middle of the road. Or so you figure. There's a hole about 10 feet in diameter and a bit deep. And it's just sort of littered with various digging tools. Sentai. Anyone who'd like to look at this hole can roll a perception check.
I thought you
If
said
you're interested.
Sentai.
Why would I say Sentai?
I don't know.
Lena, you just see that it's a deep hole. It's dark outside. Thott, you notice, just barely, On the other side of the intersection, oh, okay. Nephmir 2, just barely. On the other side of the street, starting at the intersection that you're at and moving away, lanterns are lit on the street. There are lanterns on your side of the intersection as well, but they have not been lit. And Nephmir and Thott notice this light reflecting off of something in the hole, and looking very closely, you see a few shards of glass just laying in the hole. Then if you follow that lit path with your eyes, you see a larger building, which seems to be obviously a tavern, and it has warm, flickering light in the windows. And that's where Lily's heading.
Okay, so where's this hole? Is it just like right in the middle of the intersection?
It's pretty well in the middle of the intersection. It's not perfectly in the middle, but it's a bit off center.
And on the
and
other side
covering
of it,
a lot of it.
the street lamps are on.
Yes,
But on our side of it, they are off.
correct.
Okay.
I'm cool with going in the tavern with Lily.
Okay, everyone going with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually,
You've-
before we go in, can I try to get a better look at the glass?
Do you want to go in the hole?
I don't want to go in the hole.
If you ask me to, I'll pick one up with Mage Hand if it's depending on how deep the hole is.
Okay.
Okay. So you grab a piece of glass. You find the piece of glass that you pick up and you carry over to you. It is mirrored glass. It's not just glass. It looks like shards of a mirror. And maybe a little concerningly, there is some blood on it.
Ew.
Not a lot of blood, but there's some blood on it. Dried blood.
We could probably put that back now.
Hmm.
I got a
Okay.
bad case of the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you still following Lily then?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna pocket that glass shard.
I hope I
Okay.
didn't see you do that.
No, I think she'll make motions to put it back in the hole, and then thinks about it, and then just decides to pocket it.
Okay. Okay. So you follow the light down the street and you arrive at a building with a sign on it that says The Cozy Wing. It's a fairly small but a well-maintained 2-story building with big tavern energy to it. And are you all just following Lily inside?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Lily opens the door, and a bell above the door dings as you open it. And you are immediately greeted with the smell of meat, carrots, and potatoes, and sounds. Finally. Sounds. The sounds of a crackling fire, the soft strumming of a lute, and a low conversation. These sounds actually feel a bit jarring all of a sudden. They're the first sounds of life you've experienced since you came in here. The conversation halts as you enter, though, and the 4 of you walk inside. And looking toward the fireplace, you find 2 men and a woman looking at you from a table. Each of them is wearing identical sets of spotless plate armor, reflecting the flickering firelight, and each of those pieces of armor are adorned with the sigil of the silver flame. And I think that's where we'll end.
Okay.